Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
Let's get back to more Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth on Lone Star Community Radio.
Whoa, that was quick, man. We're back, though.
Yes.
That's what we do, because got the wrong system in. So, bam, we're back. All right.
That's right. We are back.
I'm like, surprise. Jen's ready, though. She wasn't drinking her coffee this time. Okay. So, like...
Jack sounds like such a little kid in that liner.
I know. He'll be the first to tell you that his voice is cracking, which cracks me up when someone says that. My voice is cracking. I was like, is it? Is it?
Do you think his voice is starting to change?
A little bit. Let's just say his sarcasm factor has gone through the roof.
Yes.
But we have spent like the past 24/7, this past 24/7 together this past week. So
right.
I guess he is. Yeah, I don't even want to think. Let's not go there, okay?
Well, I mean, I don't really hear a difference.
Yeah.
In his voice right now, but just hearing that, he sounds like such a little guy.
Oh yeah, and even at the airport, 12 and under, you don't have to take your shoes off.
Uh-huh.
And so when we, coming out of Houston, we were, without hesitation, they were like, okay, move over. And I don't know if they saw the birth date on the boarding pass, whatever. But coming out of St. Louis, the pre-check guy, the VIP lane, he was closing the thing, and the agent said, hey, let him through, because I'd asked the guy, I said, well, 12 and under, no shoes, right? And he said, yes, which, thank you, TSA, because it takes kids forever to take shoes on and off, right? Including a 12-year-old. Well, my son happens to be taller and, bigger than a typical, I guess, I don't know. I mean, this is all I know, really. He's the only one, so I'm like,
right.
I don't know. But he is tall and everything for his age. And so the TSA agent's closing the thing. He's like, no, open it up. He's like, why? Are they pre-check? And first of all, we could have been pre-checked. What? We didn't look it? What? And then he said, no, he's 12. And the man looked at my son. He goes, you're 12? And I was like, great. Thanks for that. I'm going to hear about that for the next year. Even he said I don't look 12. I was like, dang it. So my boy, he's so sweet. So, yes, my 12-year-old. Can't believe it.
I know. Big 1-3 this year.
No, let's not. I'm like, let's go off to dreamland. I don't want this reality, all right? No reality for today. I'll say it again. $10 come and listen. $10 make you holler if you come in with the harp. But it's only one time, not a recurring payment. But I'll give complete credit to you, harpist Luann, or whatever your name is. Reach out to me. All right, so back to it. Yes, we are going off to Dreamland, and every week we, of course, we are ladies on a budget. One day we will be able to travel, and so this is kind of our precursor to those days. We're making our list, if you will, right? And in fact, Jennifer's journaling this now. It's great. What are you journaling? Are you cheating?
No, I'm just jotting down, because you're gonna want to know. Well, you're gonna want to know things, so I'm just jotting down some.
I do, because she's my
notes.
Encyclopedia. Yes, she has many talents and attributes. She is smart. She's beautiful, and she's kind of more than smart. She's like my encyclopedia. If I need to know something totally random that I don't know, call her. Geography, she knows it. She knows how to say Gatlinburg really easily and where it's located. I did not at all remember. I was like, Gatlinburg where? What did I say? What state?
Florida?
I said Florida. Oh, don't judge, guys. HISD, all right? So, yes, we love to travel. We want to do it one day. We go to Dreamland. Hence, the segment name, Dreamland. And, yes, I already kind of let the secret out.
Cat out of the bag.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to Gatlinburg,
What?
Tennessee, not Florida.
What? What?
Yes.
Learned there was a Cuba, Missouri, by the way, this week. Go ahead. So
Interesting.
there could be a Gatlinburg, Florida.
There could be, but that's why I just said I'm going to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, not Florida.
Oh, the original. Okay.
Yes, the original. So I have actually driven through Gatlinburg. It is such a cute little town.
Aww.
And of course it's in the Smoky Mountains, the Great Smoky Mountains. Beautiful scenery. So of course you've got the mountains up behind all of these shops, and
That
you know,
sounds
some
beautiful.
of the hotels or whatever they look like more like cabins or lodges. You know, and they have these beautiful little rivers and streams, you know, going around them or whatever. It's just it's so beautiful.
I'm looking at you like, that sounds so romantic and magical.
Right. They have some funky little shops, and as we were just driving through, because we had gone driving up through the Smoky Mountains when we were in Knoxville for Thanksgiving a few years ago.
Yeah.
So we came back down through the mountains and through Gatlinburg back to Knoxville. And I just fell in love with that town as we drove through. Now, you know, a year, maybe 2 years ago, they did have a wildfire in Gatlinburg. I don't know what it looks like now, but I hope it's still, you know,
That it was done and
has
just
yeah, that it still has its charm and all that. But I mean, like, it totally has nothing to do with it just blew me away. There was this, there was a Ripley's Believe It or Not there.
like a
In
shop?
Gatlinburg. Yeah.
Because I've only seen the TV show, so I didn't know there's like a
Well, there is,
storefront
'cause there's
for
like
it.
one in San Antonio across from the Alamo on that
Oh.
strip right there. But so they have one of those, and they have, and it may be kind of tied into the same place, but I don't know. They have this place that I wanted to go visit that was there. And it was like, I don't know, Wacky World, or I don't know. It was something really funky, but it just totally blew me away because it's like the White House is flipped upside down.
Like how big?
It's like huge.
Like you can like, wow. I've got to look this up. So they have a house flipped upside down?
Like the White House.
Really?
Flipped upside down. Yeah, you'll have to Google it or something. I can't even remember. It's like Where in the World or Wacky World or something like that. But anyway, it just looked so fun,
Yeah.
you know, to go visit. But anyway, yeah, Gatlinburg, such a cute little town. Beautiful scenery. It's in the Smoky Mountains. And
Now, did you get to eat there? Because I'm always curious about the things that people eat at the
no,
locals.
because we just drove through.
But when you had,
So-
well, I guess you had Thanksgiving, so it wouldn't be like a indicator of what their everyday.
No.
Okay. No, I'm curious.
I'm sure it'll be great, though.
Yeah, no, I mean, this sounds so, like, stereotypical, but
I mean,
I'm like,
okay, so as we were driving through, I did see a sign for,
I mean, I want to try their fried chicken.
it's probably really good. So as we're driving through Gatlinburg, and I'm trying to soak it all in, and Pancake King, Pancake World,
Really?
something like that. I remember seeing a little.
Is it bad that I got goosebumps? Oh, my gosh.
I know, right? And very cheap. I remember seeing their little breakfast marquee out front, you know, with like their special of the day or whatever, pancakes and eggs and whatever. It was like really cheap. So, yeah.
I'm curious.
Let's go to Gatlinburg and have breakfast.
Yeah, I'm 24/7. I'll eat breakfast. I
Right.
did last week. I loved it.
Yeah.
Some fresh bacon too. It's great.
Yeah.
No, I think that's wonderful. When you say Smoky Mountains, it makes me totally think of Dolly Parton. I don't
Okay. Well, you know, Pigeon Forge is just south of Gatlinburg. So we actually passed Dollywood.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have visions of like a Astro World type of.
That's not really
Exterior.
what I could see from the road.
Okay.
Because it's kind of behind the trees or whatever. But yeah, we just saw the road or whatever, Dollywood, and so yeah.
That would be so fun. I mean, on a road trip, going together. Somebody else driving, obviously, because like I told you, I'm opposed to hills.
Right.
So, just saying. Do they have the road or lights on the road?
Yes.
Yeah, they're doing better than Missouri. I told everybody in town I would be more than happy to start the petition. And when I called Chris to check in, I asked him that night. I was like, oh, he goes, you made it there safe, like that Friday? And I go, yes, but I got to tell you. And he goes, no lights on the freeway? And I go, exactly.
Yeah.
And it was just hilarious, a little twin telepathy there, but he could
Yes.
totally feel my pain. He's like, yeah, no lights.
Yeah.
Crazy. So, Tennessee, thank you for having lights on your freeway.
Yes.
And that's just fun. I'm curious about the history of the Gatlinburg name, too. Like,
Yeah.
the historical figure there.
Right.
Totally great. Well, great location. Put it on the list, Mama.
Yep.
Yes, we still have aspirations, goals, dreams, and a to-do list of being able to actually travel together. We will be doing that this year.
Next month.
We're going San Antonio? No. Where did we say?
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Ooh. Actually, that won't be bad, except Bourbon Street was quite disappointing and dirty.
There's so much more to New Orleans than Bourbon Street.
Thank goodness, because I was quite disappointed. I was like, really? This is...
No, you go to Bourbon Street one time.
Yeah, well, and yes, thank you. And by the way, you only need to go to the Arch one time. Just saying.
Yes. Well, I've driven past it. So.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, I'll give you the. Yeah.
Where are you going, Mama?
Oh. All right. I alluded to this earlier. I know it's a cheat, okay, but I want to go back to Mesa, Arizona.
Okay.
I talked about it a couple.
Mesa.
I'm going to screw myself up and do that again, I'm sure, right in front of course, the executive team. So I look real smart. But went there I guess it was a month ago, because I told you my colleague was going there for
Yes.
fun. They had like what she calls the Kentucky Derby of golf tournaments.
Oh, yes.
And it's the Happy Gilmore style where people are getting loud and they're getting wild.
Yes.
I work with a lot of kids that are like in their 20s, which is awesome, but they're kids, you know, so I kind of live vicariously through their travels. I was like, oh, really? Tell me about it, and, you know, kind of thing. So that was my initial one. But now that I've been there, I'm going to tell you why I want to go there again.
Okay.
Because I only got to see a little bit because we were there literally a day. Like I flew in, what was it, Monday night and flew back out Tuesday night. So that's why, is because I want more time there. I wanted to explore. These mountains were amazing. I was asking my colleague about being able to, you know, make a hike and stuff like that. So I'm sure I look like some country bumpkin, which is great because here I'm like some city girl. So it was awesome. All right, in that respect. Minus the, you know, dumb moments.
Right.
But I think the weather totally had me, okay? It was like 70, 80.
Very dry.
That's what they say, the dry heat. It's foreign to me. When you say dry heat, that reminds me of one time I went to Vegas. They were like, dry heat, dry heat. Walk out, guess what it felt like? I literally was at the back of like a bus or something and just like standing behind a big like coach bus and like that heat coming off the exhaust. That's to me. So I associate dry heat with that.
Yes.
I found it to be more pleasant. Like it wasn't the dry heat factor. But like Vegas that time for me, you know, like the motor coach heat. But it was nice, yeah.
Well, versus, you know, walking outside here in Texas with 1,000% humidity and instant sweat kind of thing, you know?
Okay, yeah.
Sticky.
Yeah, a little mugginess. Well, and I'm a native, so, you know, it's kind of foreign, those other things to me, because I just consider it is what it is. And once you've been in Missouri for a week at 30 degrees, you'll take this Texas, all of it.
Right.
And then some. Like, I know everybody's like, man, it's muggy. I'm like, hey, this is a lot better than 30 degrees, guys. And so, yes, it was beautiful. It was like driving in Houston, but your scenery behind, like, the backdrop is these beautiful mountains. And so I was just enamored by it, right? And then some of these mountains, they look like, when we got closer, like little anthills. Like they would have little, like they were, you know, whatever plants or something going out, but it looked like little anthill holes. And so I was like, these are anthills. Again, showing myself real educated in front of my colleagues, but oh well. I really don't care sometimes, you know. And then I love how we're driving, and I'm like, really? Just gonna have a mountain in the middle and just kind of build around it? He goes, yeah. I was like, why didn't they take it down? He's like, yeah, you just build around it. So it cracked me up. I wanted to do more people watching, but I think they are fun out there. And it's just because of course the spring training's out there, so a lot of the baseball teams are out there, like Chicago Cubs, and I think that whole that whole side, because I know Astros are down in Florida. So I was asking
Correct.
everybody about it because I'm like, well, our Astros don't do spring training in our area, of course. So that's where it's like, do you go and watch? And you can. I didn't realize
Yes.
that.
Yes, you can.
And see, it just goes to show you, I have so much to learn. I'm just a spring chicken. You like that? That was really. You gonna fake laugh me on the spring chicken?
Yeah.
Okay, that's valid actually. Yeah, so I have a lot to learn. I was very excited.
Kitty.
Kitty, kitty, kitty. Some fresh bacon right here. They were cracking me up. So I loved it there. Only had a short time. That's really why I want to go back. It's why I had to do a repeat because I just had literally a small amount of time.
Right.
During we had a huge powwow with this particular office, and so we had been going through a lot of the kind of action items, and then it came lunchtime. What cracked me up is they were like, well, let's go eat at the Bass Pro, and I was like, what? And so we go in the parking lot, and I'm like, what in the world? Why are we going to eat at Bass Pro? I did not realize that particular Bass Pro had a restaurant attached to it. So
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh, okay, this is a lot better. Because I was like, we're just going to stand at the counter, grab a protein bar. What's going down? I was like,
Right.
But I didn't want to be like odd man out to be like, what? And like seem all uppity. But it was very good. And the bread there, by the way, I only had a bite because I was trying to be respectful. Because I didn't want to have it, but everybody was pushing it to me. It had sugar all over it. It was really different. I was like, what?
Oh, interesting.
It was not too bad, but yeah. So Mesa, Arizona, or as we like to say in my house, Mesa,
Right.
was fun, and I imagine they had some good food. We just ended up going to a location, I guess, close to the office because I would much rather, is it me or do I always want to try Mexican food wherever I go, just to see what their
Right.
take is on it.
Yeah.
And it's so bad because I'm sure the motivation is so I can talk smack. Be like, no. Yeah, I
Right.
don't know it,
Right.
One guy I talked to, he's like, oh, it's like our Mexican food is like California, like the Baja style. I was like, all that means Baja to me is add some corn on it. Like, I don't get it. Like, what is that?
Right.
So, yes, I guess that is my uppity factor is Mexican food. I'm all, let me try this.
Yes.
Well, we can add that to the list.
Yeah.
Although I would say let's make sure we're actually getting on the flight and not the Panama City one.
Yes.
Although I'd love to go to Panama City.
Well, maybe you can go there next week.
Thank you. I'm going to take my little magic pen. Oh, here's my real one. I'm going to journal that. So, yeah, that actually sounds good, too. And, oh, last thing. Oh, I'll wait for it. Okay, all right. We got a few
Yeah,
minutes.
let's take a break.
Yeah, we got to take a break, but I got to tell you something that's kind of cool. All
Okay.
right, so y'all stay tuned. I got a little exciting news that happened to me. And potentially Jen can get in on this. It's not too late, all right? So y'all stay tuned. It's Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth.
Stay tuned for more fun on Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth.